What's going on, guys? The Camster, also known as Cameron, and welcome to another movie review. This one is for Oppenheimer, the next big Christopher Nolan blockbuster that has just hit the screens. And man, I was very excited about this because the trailers looked good, the cast looks stacked, and I was very excited for this. Now, obviously, Christopher Nolan, his films have certain tastes for certain people. So, me, I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan. I think he has a lot of great films under his catalog: Inception, Interstellar, Dark Knight Rises, although it wasn't as good as The Dark Knight. And, of course, this film, which I had big expectations for. Now, did Oppenheimer live up to the hype? Let me just say this real quick, right off the bat. I was struggling for a little bit because this movie got off to a very, very bad start. And by bad start, I don't mean like, the movie was just straight up terrible. No, I think there was a lot of pacing issues, which I'll get into later. But for positives right now, talking about the stacked cast, there was so many people in this movie that I did not know was going to be in the film, and then as I watched the film, I'm like, oh my god, is that person that from that person? Is that person from that movie? Is that person from that TV series? What's going on? And it was just so fun, just like to point out, like, how would Christopher Nolan know who these people are? Like, seriously, like, like the main, characters, Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, RDJ, Matt Damon, Josh Peck, all these faces that Florence Pugh, of course, but like fucking Rami Malek is in this movie. Han Solo's actor from the Solo spinoff movie was in this film, and also fucking Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He was in this film. Like, there were so many people, and Matthew Modine, Papa Brenner from Stranger Things, he was in this too. Like, the cast was freaking fantastic. Like, there were so many people in this film, and it just made it a lot more fun for me. Cillian Murphy and RDJ are the main stars of this movie. I think Cillian Murphy was fantastic as Robert Oppenheimer. The haunting look that he would have in these scenes, and how well he portrayed, a man who has lost his soul because he built this just incredible weapon to take away so many lives. And RDJ was this, maniacal, slimy, cabinet member who used Oppenheimer's goodwill and used his past against him. Like, it was obviously fantastic. And Emily Blunt, she was kind of in the background a little bit for the first 3/4 of the movie, but towards the back half of the film, she was so good. Emily Blunt, man, she was not like one of the actresses that I would look forward to watching, but ever since I watched A Quiet Place, she has been on my actor radar, and I've just been like, oh, this chick's good. I like her a lot. And as that's the case with every Christopher Nolan movie, this movie was shot just so beautifully. Like, the places they would be at, and the close-ups, the far shots, the black and white shots, everything, like, just shot so good. Every single Christopher Nolan movie, the cinematography is on point. And I don't know if it's a separate guy who does like the cinematography, or if it's actually Christopher Nolan who does his own cinematography. But whatever the case is, whoever did the cinematography for this film, I give you a round of applause because it was great. And yes, it being an Oppenheimer film, there is a bomb. Okay, and the bomb goes off, and the bomb was majestic, and time froze, and you got to see the bomb expand and go upwards, and it was just awe-inspiring, and it was like interesting to see this bomb, change the course of history. And I think that's what happened when Nolan decided to slow-mo it, and it was amazing. And it's incredible that CGI was not used for that. And talking about the third act of the film, when Oppenheimer is or fourth act, whatever you want to call it, when Oppenheimer is going against the government and trying to figure out how to get out of this predicament that RDJ's character put him in. Just the close-ups and like how the background would shake when his psyche would change. that was just, I loved that little attention to detail, that little touch. I loved that because it showed when, Robert Oppenheimer, when Cillian Murphy, when he would be calm, and then when, he started slowly, like turning insane, the background, like, pay attention to the background. It is, just a great decision to put into the movie, and I love it. I liked it a lot. And also in the third act, the whole, political aspect to the Oppenheimer story. The 12 Angry Men type, setup that you got going on. It wasn't 12 Angry Men, it was like 6 or 7 men in one room with Oppenheimer. But that kind of, setup that you got going, trying to decide his fate. I love that shit. I don't know why I don't watch more law, TV shows like Law and Order, all that stuff. I don't know why I don't watch it, because I really dig it, because it gets me intrigued, and and it piques something within me, and everything involving that was really well done. Now, regarding the pacing issues, like you didn't know what was going on, because like it would show Oppenheimer, at Berkeley, and then it would quick cut to somewhere else that you had no idea where the fuck, Nolan dropped you at. And you're like, where are we at right now? What's going on? And then he would cut off to like something else in the past, and then he would cut something off to the future, then back to the present with Oppenheimer at Berkeley, and then it would go back. The pacing was just off, and it was off until Matt Damon's character came in. And when Matt Damon's character came in, the pacing was resolved, everything, was smooth. When, the whole defending of the bomb and the building of the bomb came into place, the pacing was better. And thank God, because if the pacing was like that the entire movie, I would not have loved it as much. And I don't know if this is like a location issue, or if it's like actually everyone who watches the movie, but sometimes the music would be way too loud for the dialogue, and I would not be able to hear what's going on. Like, you have this dramatic music building up, and people are talking, and it would keep on going, and it would get to a certain point where you can barely hear the dialogue over the music, and I'm like, okay, let's keep the music here. And then the music would keep climbing. I'm like, I can't hear, like, I would have to get like a hearing aid to be able to hear what's going on. So that was a little annoying, because, as a history nerd myself in high school and learning about, small little tidbits of history, I would love to hear like the conversations, and I just simply could not listen to any of it because of the damn music. And this movie did not need to be 3 hours. I felt the 3 hours. And it sucks because, with a movie like this where it's just a whole lot of talking and you're just learning about history, our history, the United States of America's history, talking is the main focal point. And so when you have a 3-hour movie of just a bunch of people, congregating in a room and talking about how important this bomb is, and, how far, they're being stretched to stay at this one place to get this bomb working. Just the 3 hours I felt like was too long. And I felt the length a little bit, especially in like this like middle portion of the film. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Cameron, you're saying a lot of bad stuff about the pacing and everything else. Did you actually like the movie? Yeah, I liked the movie. I always like Christopher Nolan's movies, and this one was no exception. So when it comes to the rating, I think it's barely better than Barbie. It's an 8 out of 10. Now, I know a lot of people say this is Nolan's best work. It is not his best work. I still like Interstellar. I still like Inception better. I still like The Dark Knight better. But that does not mean this is a bad movie. This is just another great addition to Nolan's collection of films. And I hope he continues doing what he's doing. And hopefully we get another good movie. And that's going to do it for the review of Oppenheimer. Thank you so much for checking out the review. Like and subscribe as always. And also, quick little PSA, check out my Letterboxd. Most, movies that I won't review on the channel will end up being a review on my Letterboxd. So please go check it out and be, appreciated if you give me a follow and, likes on the reviews. I'm hoping to see 2 horror films next week. 2 of the main horror films this summer. You probably know which ones I'm talking about that have really piqued my interest recently, that I'm probably going to go check out. And I'm probably not going to review them. I'm probably going to put, little reviews on Letterboxd, so go check those out. And, yeah, like and subscribe. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Like and subscribe, damn it. Please, before I bomb you.
Whoa, just take it easy, man.
And I will see you in the next one.